expecting a Zen, maybe a break, just not the Baptiste coming out. So, you know, can we see some healing out? Can we see an early ball, an early window? What we're going to see is an early death of Lee Jae-gong, which is not really good for Shanghai. At least it's responded.
Yeah, it does fall to Fleta. He gets a quick response, gets that beam out, takes down Ivy, so it does make it a 1-for-1, but obviously the healing going to be that much more limited. Going to push him off the top here. Mortality Field does get used. Bianca on his own, so it's not going to be enough to take that out in any sort of timely fashion, so it does just pull back. And like Excel, they establish control of the point to start things off. Sleep Dart onto Izayaki, just playing forward, but in the meantime, Fate eliminated. Not finding the kill. Now with Fleta falling, it's a very good look at the start of the map here for New York.
Certainly, and they have the 30% go their way as well, so if he gets better put onto Ivy, can suddenly have the damage output, can test Fleta really well, and Fire Nade landing on the Void as well. That's an early Mortality Field force.
Got the shove him back. Immortality Field does not last very long, as Bianca was the recipient of that nano. Lip already going to be eliminated. Ivy does get knocked out of the duplicate. Fleta finds the finish on him. Bianca pulling back, trying to stay alive. Fleta goes for the duplicate. Khan being Flora, looking up to McCree, who has since taken out Fate. Deadeye used. Everybody's zoned back by that self-destruct, but Shanghai Dragons, they need to get control of this card right now. Fleta building up another Deadeye, canceling that one instantly. Now looking for the kill to try to take out Jonak. It's quite a bit of damage in on him. Void will be able to come in and scoop up the final blow. Flip does come in. Shanghai Dragons not going to be going out without a fight. They get the flip, but how long can they hold it is now the question. The Valkyrie and Matrix available for Izayaki. They can get into a position to actually utilize it right now. Fleta so far back. Void knocked out of the back. Fate with no HP. Izayaki now going to be dead. They're not going to find any value here. As Flora just fans the hammer, burning down the bombs. Deadeye trying to get the catch on the Lee Jae-gong. He will not find it. Yakpunk does. Get the pile driver up. Yakpunk has the finish on to Fleta. The flip's back in at 99%. The pile driver interrupted in mid-air. And that will be the first round taken by New York. Echo, this is going to be fairly evenly matched up here with Jonak moving over to the Baptiste and Izayaki back over onto his Zenyatta. That was a really big boon for them yesterday, at least in his own damage figures. But already Flora, both supports gone. Gets the headshot onto the Zen. Void broken out of the mech, and this is a catastrophic start as the point unlocks, and NYXL will get dominance first here. Locking this one down. Izayaki just going to go straight back. They have a slight little window to work with here before Yakpung is back up. You can see they're still quite a little ways away from the point. Void's going to start inching forward. Flora gets the headshot on the lip. Rez comes out, so already putting that one right back on a cooldown. They get the jump in, however. Fleta up over the top, has the beam. They get rid of two members here, as Bianca will lose out of the mech. And it seems like this time around, Shanghai get themselves onto the point and should be able to get this cap going significantly faster than we saw on Well. Finishes there on the top and back up. Bob going to be sent out onto the point. Minefield as well layered in. Bobby Bob duel right around the corner here as they look to try to get Void out of this mech. Haven't been able to make it happen yet though. And this is Shanghai taking a lead as far as that percentage on the point is concerned. Ivy now gone, Floor so low, so back, still getting chunked out as well as Fate plays up top. Almost gets punished for his efforts, but will manage to roll out the safety for now.
Late res onto Ivy. Void's got Friday down there. This is what we're talking about. When you get these kills, you bait the Mercy reses, you can get the Mercy down, and finally Shanghai can find a lot more advantages here. That's both supports gone. Shanghai should win this one without too much trouble.
Self-destruct thrown out there from Ivy. Matched by Fleta. Neither going to be finding any kills, but Lip getting a cheeky coach gun shot onto Yakpunk, sends him off the side of the map. And this is looking
good. Lip will be delayed in terms of finding this bob. Lip's actually got a lot of value. So far the Ash mobs come through. Fleta's got the kills.
Yeah, two swift turnarounds there as Fleta does go down. They find Jonak, they find Friday. There's no supports in the fight now from the side of NYXL. Self-destruct going to be used by Bianca. He does manage to make it back in, but Lip gets another coach gun knockoff onto Yakpunk, sending him off the side of the map. Just playing around those grapple timings, making sure that he cannot recover. And with the cleanup onto Ivy, the delay tactics are eliminated, and it's 140. Just managed to grab the Mega Pack, but Fleta is just farming this Pulse Bomb off of him. They get the stun. Yeah, Lee Jae-gong finding the final blow there with the whip shot. Gets the punish. Now they dive in on the Jonak, getting the elimination. So this is going to be a very nice, really one fight. As I say that, though, Ivy looking to turn the tides, manages to find both supports. Pulse Bomb lob down, doesn't get the stick, but Bianca still well within the blast radius, does get eliminated. Cleanup is there, armoring up rather, he and Bianca. Flux, Void looking for a target, manages to catch two around the corner, but can't weave in any extra damage. In the meantime, Fate will take down Flora. Ivy with the Pulse Bomb, gets rid of Lee Jae-gong. Bianca follows up, finds Void, hangs on by a thread. No HP remaining for him. As Trance does get popped. Jonak just topping himself and Bianca back up. They look to try to desperately get this flip, but it's still going to be a man advantage here for the side of the Shanghai Dragons. They have the faster respawns to get in on top of Bianca, who is without any kind of additional support down on the point. They finish him off. And Jonak, oh yeah, this is not going to happen. Fate from one side, Fleta from the other. They get the kills, and this is starting to really unravel for the side of NYXL.
There's one last shot here. You need to see Bianca pop this watch as well.
Minefield in the back from the Yakpung, just trying to block out the ramp here. Jonak gone. Lip gets the headshot. Friday now eliminated. Lip follows up another one. Finds Ivy. This get collapsed on by Yakpung with the damage it's done. It's just the tanks left alive with no support whatsoever. The Discord orbs out from Izayaki are just going to rip them to shreds. Everybody goes down. It's going to be an extended team kill. And that is going to be the Shanghai Dragons. Burned. Yakpung receiving banana boost at the back end of that, but hasn't really been able to inch forward too much. Into the back goes Fate. Gets the punish there on a Bianca. Getting rid of the Baby Diva. The Nano now expiring. Ivy uses the duplicate, does manage to copy Void, builds up, has his self-destruct ready to go, but now the front line has been broken down. Bianca just now respawning. Ivy letting the bomb go up over the top, doesn't manage to find anybody, and Jonak in the meantime will fall. Fleta beams him in trying to clear this point. They are going to look for this. Whip shot comes out to try to offset the bomb, still makes its way out onto the point, but Fleta with the sticky bombs finds the opening kill, jump up into the air. They try to get rid of Lip. They just force back his position for a little bit, but Ivy's still taking so much damage. Lee Jae-gon will finish him off. Yakpung barely comes out on top, getting rid of the enemy Widowmaker as Jonak takes a sleep, a bio, and a death. Seems like this is going to be the end of it here, as Yakpung is unable to use that primal.
I think Yakpung at the end of the day knows he can do quite a lot as well.
Oh man, look at the track in there from Lip. Just knowing exactly where Friday's going to be going. Manages to get the shot there, so 2 body shots to finish him off. Primal in the back from Yakpung. Bianca using the self-destruct, does manage to find Lee Jae-gon. Unable to raise the shield, and now with Izayaki out of the fight, that's no supports available here for the side of Shanghai. Yakpung does have to exit, but he's just going to be fueling quite a bit of ult charge back over to Friday here. As he looks
just down to the Primal from Yakpung.
All right, well, Izayaki throws out the Nano, connects on the Lip. They'll leave him on the ground, taking a bit of a nap now. Get the finish in. Well, yeah, Fleta does get eliminated. Bianca finding the kill. So both DPS now going to be gone for the side of Shanghai. It only cost them Ivy on the fight. Overall, not too bad.
Just use the Nano, so that's really fast.
Guy out from floor, not going to be able to find too much. Ivy gets the duplicate out onto the Reaper, but does get taken down. Void comes up big. 3 members gone on the side of NYXL on the back of the self-destruct. Ivy finds 1 in exchange. Does use that Reaper duplicate, but will fall in the end. Floor now desperately trying to swap over onto the Tracer. Yakpung onto the Wrecking Ball. They will touch in on the point here. The shield comes in, but Lip pops that Death Blossom, manages to knock Bianca out. Whip shot gets the finish onto him. NYXL fighting tooth and nail, trying to stay in onto the point. Still going to be down somebody. They need to get some picks in pretty quickly here, but that's not what they're looking for. Floor falls, and that's the closeout on the point.
The fight can certainly extend. So here we go. I think this is the self-destruct. It just gets lobbed in, and it's Fleta. Wow, Fleta.
Let's see if he can keep pace with Fleta. So far, it's looking pretty good for even being the attacking, but yeah, I was going to say the attacking Echo, but the beam comes out, Yakpung does fall. Jump around the back now, Void gets the pinch in. They just completely have Friday contained in that room. There's nothing that he can do. Does just get taken down, and Fleta is really feeling it. He dives well into the back just in front of the spawn. He comes up with yet another 2 kills.
Yeah, this is problematic because they're still cleaning up right now. There's still no counter trades.
Over to safety. But it is coming in, as you say, and he still holds on to this duplicate. Beam out, Friday, out of the fight. Nano boost is there onto Yakpung, has to pop the Primal Rage, but Fleta follows up for another kill. The bomb from Flora, finding Lip. Izayaki going down. It's a messy fight, but one that NYXL certainly still could turn around. Good little corner push here onto Void, gets him out of the mech, denying him any access to the outside world. And maybe that is going to be good enough. It seems like it will, given the tanks are still going to be in that res off. Fate barely surviving, and as I say that, will get hounded down. Ivy presses forward, has the beam, also now has the duplicate ready to go. Waiting for an opportunity. Lip on the rejoin, gets a little bit of revenge for himself. Duplicate going to be used there by Ivy, but instantly loses it to the self-destruct out from Void. So now just has to go right back into the sky. Try to get the elimination here onto Fleta, and it is just phenomenal in the back of the sleep. In onto the point, taking this one up. NYXL certainly could still close out this round, this half here, you could say, with a decent time bank. Fate now gone, as you say. Primal Rage unable to be used. Lip falling low. Manages to throw out the bomb. Gets the kill onto Yakpung. Is still alive. Gets topped up as he dips back into the spawn room. Bianca trying to keep people zoned out. As Jonak gets left on, slept, knocked out of the park. And again, blow for blow, traded back and forth here. A bit of a messy fight, but at the end of the day.
Now, but that was looking pretty tricky. It's another aggressive Nato. I don't know if I really recommend these. With Ivy dead, maybe this time it is actually worth.
Yeah, they have the backup to actually accompany him this time, so it's not just Fate going in all on his lonesome. They'll push him all the way back over to the spawn doors. And it's just fairly brutal here in the end. Void just pulled back onto the high ground. Ivy will find a little bit of a return fire kill, but
Void might get demeked.
I mean, Bianca is going to be knocked out. Self-destruct is going to be used. I mean, honestly, I don't really mind it that much. They deny the remake here from Bianca. That's going to be the Bionade out, finishing off Fleta, but another Bionade from Izayaki clips onto both of these supports yet again. That's twice in a row. The pulse bomb from Lip picks off Jonak. I don't mind them taking the fight this far away because they have to force NYXL to use some of their ultimates just to get over towards the point, just to get over towards this main archway. And then they have that defender spawn advantage to just try to continue to turn the fight. Bob from Flora will find Izayaki, but it's 2 members gone for NYXL, so they have to continuously try to reset. Already the time advantage is going to be there for the side of Shanghai, and that's if NYXL can finish this cap.
And maybe the dust is finally settled here because Fate's finally down, and here we go. Yakpung's going in for an extra kill. DJ God, no rally for now.
The wake up.
He'll respawn the rally in just a second. This Nano is beautiful. That's no more supports.
Well, the Bionade is enough to help him take him out, rather, but the supports were down. Bianca now pushing forward, finds Flutter in onto the point yet again, looking to get that second tick. Contest now starting to come in. It's Ivy looks to duke it out here with Lip. Slips over onto the opposite side. Rally rolling for Lee Jae-gon, trying to stay alive through that Bionade, but Ivy presses forward, just managed to find the execution. Dive into the back. Jonak going to be eliminated now. 1 for 1 on the supports as Izayaki will fall in the end. Yakpung getting the kill. Ivy dead, Fleta with the McCree jumping up over the top, flashbang not going to
nice.
Tries to go for the fan, the hammer, but Lip comes in to the rescue, takes out Friday, the OT is going to bleed away. Bianca can't get anything with the self-destruct. The finish is going to be there. It's a great swap for Fleta in the end. Onto the McCree, they get control. They manage to stave them off.
Rhea's going to do that though. Valkyrie's going to really help out the team at this stage of the game. And for Shanghai, can they find an opening pick here somewhere? Bianca and the rest of NYXL trying to move up, and they'll lose Jonak, and here it is. This is where the cookie crumbles. No Transcendence, 97%.
Oh man, and it's just an explosion of death and misery for New York. Flora trades 1 back as Fleta falls, but Discord Orb out of the Yakpung. So that much more difficult for him to do anything. The bomb will also take down Void, but inevitably will fall. Transcendence does get popped by Izayaki, but they'll make their way back over onto the point. Void will get res back into the fight, just to get him that much closer, and they will get the cap.
1v1 with Fate and just eating a bunch of damage. It's New York having to challenge for their own high ground position that they've lost.
And that was maybe the saddest thing that I've ever seen. Yakpung just being and battered every twist and turn, trying to get on that flank angle. But he finally arrives, he goes with the pile driver and just gets absolutely destroyed. That's now a reset from Bianca and Jonak.
Spawn room. And has to be the full retake now. New York have to spend ultimates for this. They're going to get ulted.
Yeah. Pulse is out. Flux from Void will find Bianca. Unable to keep him alive. Jonak does pop that Transcendence, but it's not going to be good enough. Rez coming in for Lee Jae-gon. They cannot stop him. Puts the M back into the fight. Push can continue for the most part. I mean, there's such an ult advantage for the side of NYXL. They need to win out this fight, but Jonak is gone. Now Yakpung dead. We'll get a kill from beyond the grave with a minefield, but it's very widely won here by Shanghai Dragons. They can't quite posture up onto the point yet, as Bianca is still hovering around, but as they break down those shields, put the Discord Orb in onto him, Izayaki will get the kill, and that's going to be point B.
Izayaki's not really been massively challenged.
In control of this corner. Accretion in. Bob chunked up into the air. They will knock him down. Bob's just going to be traded out. Flux there from Bianca, but takes so much damage. Has to throw out that protective barrier. Fate will get finished off. They need to keep Bianca alive, and they're just unable to do so. So much pressure being applied. The Sigma crumbles, Dynamite out, finds Feather. Flora finally gets the head of the M, but is it too little too late? He's the only one that's fallen, and Lee Jae-gon has that res as per usual to bring him back into the fight. They spot Yakpung around the back. He will be holding his trance as well. They do not force it out. Valkyrie just going to be chaining those heals through everybody, keeping them topped up as both trances get popped. Yakpung's still going to be alive, but oh, they flux him off the point. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Have located the high ground, and now we've got to swap sides.
Oh, it's a good dig. Off the bat, there's the Jonak that we know and love. Takes out the M at range, but Bianca sent off the side by Fate. Be looking for a little bit more here potentially as he continues to play in behind Jonek, but Jonek follows up for a second kill. There you go. Puts Izayaki in the ground at long last, but let's get pushed out. Shot over to the sides, operating with his team. I don't think that's going to happen. Look at his HP bar. Yeah, Fleta gets on top of him, so that'll be it. Good accretion prediction there from Void. Knows exactly where Floor is going to hit the ground. Gets the kill. The pulse from Fleta finishes off Friday. And so far, you know, that's going to be about half the time bank gone from NYXL, and they really have yet to set foot on this point. They'll start cheating their way into the corners here as Lijigon is fluttering around with that Valkyrie, keeping himself in the air, but Floor, it's a very nice headshot. Maybe that could be the turn. Feather into the back, finds DM. Flooded with a pulse bomb, eliminating Friday, leaving just Jonek on his lonesome now for all of the healing as Izayaki finally pops the Transcendence. We're down below a minute. NYXL need to get this cap. Floor just trying to get the track there. On a Flood is unable to do so. Jonek gone. Feather out of the fight. They drop down. They find Floor. Yakpo discorded. Does manage to take out Izayaki, but it's not long for this world. Or is Bianca. So Yakpung will be the one who's able to...
This opportunity, does the Flux miss? I think it did.
Izayaki, dangerous spot. The Dynamite finishes them off. They're currently ticking up over on the point, so they do extend this into overtime. Yakpung playing forward, gets the kill onto Void, just sitting behind him, hammering away with that left click. Lee Jae-gon off the side of the map. Not sure if that was intentional or not, or if it was just a fun little Lee Jae-gon moment. All the same, the fight will be won, and the cap will come through. Hopefully we'll get a replay to see just what exactly happened.
Dude.
But 2 minutes, 20 seconds in the time bank here.
So cap has been confirmed. It wasn't overtime, so it means only 2:30. Fate will go down. That's a good start. And lose Flora.
Yeah, they do lose out of Mayhem, and then Void just pushes up, finds Bianca. Card control, wrested away from NYXL. Just about as quickly as they gained it, they lose it. Just getting chucked in as it's just absolute meat grinder here in the side room. Friday trying to hold on, but DM presses forward, gets that melee hit. The damage. His Fate has fallen, so the front line is broken down. DM now going to be gone. They get rid of that hard-hitting artillery player on the side of Shanghai, but the res comes back in, putting DM right back into the fight. Fluxes out from Bianca, drops her to the ground, doesn't manage to find any kills. As the Transcendence expired now from Izayaki. Feather and Jonek both have fallen. Flood eliminated by Yakpung, but they need so much more than that if they want to get this into B and get a little bit of extra time in the bank. Bianca finished off, but Izayaki eliminated. They have to stay glued to the card. This is going to start bleeding away very rapidly. It's really just Friday and Yakpung who can play this far forward. Friday is gone. The accretion's done there onto Yakpung as he just desperately rolls around, trying to keep himself obscured out of line of sight, but it's not going to be good enough. They cannot make it to B. They cannot make it a close series. Shanghai Dragons, they will take this as well as their top 4 spot in the region on the back of a 3-0.
And it's hard to bet against the Shanghai Dragons. I mean, even when they look like they may be stumbling, even what it looks like maybe...